The salvage bay of Station Kepler 7 smelled of burnt metal and desperation. Rin Cade wiped oil from her hands as she surveyed the newest arrival, a creature that made even the hardened smugglers turn away in disgust. Varkul lay chained in the corner, a mass of matted fur, exposed cybernetics, and scar tissue. The werewolf's left eye was a shattered optical implant. Its jaw hung at an unnatural angle from poorly healed fractures, and patches of synthetic skin had been grafted haphazardly across chemical burns. The creature that had once been the pride of the Jothic Empire was now refuse, dumped at a human outpost like broken machinery. Emperor's orders, the Jothic officer had said with barely concealed revulsion. This thing offends the royal eye. Dispose of it. We cannot have such ugliness representing our military might. Rin had signed the transfer papers without comment. Now as she approached with a toolkit and a canteen of water, Varkul's remaining eye tracked her movements with predatory precision. The werewolf's lips peeled back, revealing cracked fangs and a growl that resonated through the deck plating. Easy, Rin said softly, setting down her tools just outside striking range. I'm not here to hurt you. Varkul's growl deepened. In broken galactic standard, the wolf rasped. Human, weak, soft. You fear Varkul, all fear. Maybe. Rin sat cross-legged on the cold floor close enough to be killed in an instant. But I've rebuilt plasma cores that everyone said would explode. Fixed jump drives that 3 engineers declared unsalvageable. I don't see monsters, Varkul. I see problems that need solving. The werewolf's eye narrowed. Varkul, not problem. Varkul is unbroken, useless, ugly. You're not ugly, Rin said matter-of-factly. You're a survivor. Every scar on your body is proof you refuse to die. That's not ugly. That's the most beautiful kind of defiance I've ever seen. For the first time in months, Varkul's growl faltered. Over the following weeks, Rin worked with methodical patience. She didn't force proximity or demand trust. Instead, she simply showed up every day, tools in hand, speaking in that same calm voice about pressure calibrations and servo motors. She left food within reach and water in clean containers. She treated Varkul not as a beast or a weapon, but as something worthy of care. Slowly, impossibly, the werewolf began to respond. The chains were removed first. Rin simply unlocked them one morning and walked away, trusting Varkul not to kill her. The wolf didn't. Instead, Varkul watched with growing curiosity as this strange human meticulously cleaned infected wounds, recalibrated failing cybernetics, and fabricated custom parts to replace the crude implants that caused constant pain. Why? Varkul asked one night as Rin carefully aligned a new optical sensor into the damaged eye socket. Why? Help, Varkul? No payment, no honor. Humans do not understand honor. Rin smiled, adjusting her magnification goggles. Maybe we understand it differently. On Earth, we had these animals called dogs, loyal, fierce, protective. They'd fight for us, die for us, love us unconditionally, not because we were strong or beautiful, but because we chose to see them as family. You remind me of them. Varkul, not pet, the wolf growled, but there was less hostility in it now. No, Rin agreed, activating the new optic. You're a warrior, but even warriors need someone who sees their worth. The new eye flared to life, and for the first time in years, Varkul saw clearly through both eyes. The workshop came into focus. The careful organization, the wall of salvaged parts sorted by function, the sleeping mat Rin had placed in the corner for herself, choosing to sleep in the same room as a creature that could tear her apart. Trust, Varkul realized, was a human weapon more powerful than any plasma cannon. 3 months after Varkul's arrival, the Jothic Empire returned to Station Kepler 7, not with garbage this time, but with warships. A border dispute had escalated and the Emperor demanded the station's unconditional surrender. The human garrison was outnumbered 50-1. Rin stood in the command center, watching the fleet approach when Varkul appeared at her side. The werewolf's repairs were complete. New armor plating, upgraded cybernetics, restored mobility. But more than that, something had changed in Varkul's posture. The wolf stood taller now, moved with renewed purpose. Varkul knows Jothic tactics, the wolf rumbled. Knows ship weaknesses, knows command protocols. A pause. Varkul will fight. For Rin, for humans who see worth. The station commander looked skeptical. That thing was thrown away by them. Why would it fight for us? Rin placed a hand on Varkul's armored shoulder. Because humans don't measure value by appearance or perfection. We measure it by loyalty, courage, and heart. Varkul has all three in abundance. What followed became legend in human space. Varkul moved through the Jothic boarding parties like a ghost of vengeance, disabling their soldiers with intimate knowledge of their equipment and tactics. The Wolf sabotaged their command ship's reactor with precision, born from years of service, then fought through 3 decks of enemy troops to extract stranded human engineers. When the Jothic retreated, their fleet crippled and their pride shattered, they broadcasted one final message. The Emperor himself appeared on screen, his elegant features twisted in fury. "You harbor our defective property," he hissed. "Return it and we will show mercy." Rin stepped forward, Varkul standing beside her, both of them bearing the marks of battle. "Varkul isn't property. Varkul is my friend, my family, and humanity doesn't abandon family because they're scarred or different or inconvenient. We make that mistake once, we learn, we grow, we become better." She smiled, cold and fierce. "You threw away the most loyal warrior you ever had because you couldn't see past appearances. That's not strength, Emperor. That's the ugliest kind of weakness. The transmission cut." The fleet jumped away. In the silence that followed, Varkul looked down at the small human who had rebuilt more than just cybernetics and bone. Rin had rebuilt something the Jothic had never valued, a sense of belonging. "Pack," Varkul rumbled softly. "Rin is pack." Rin grinned, exhausted and triumphant. "Yeah, buddy. We're pack, and in the cold void of space, where empires judged worth by beauty and strength, a scarred warwolf and a quiet mechanic proved that humanity's greatest weapon had always been the same: the stubborn refusal to abandon those deemed unworthy by others. Because humans didn't just fix broken things. They saw the beauty in them first.